All right, we're here with Sam, the man right here from Greta Van Fleet, bass player. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. The people tonight were so beautiful, and they were so much fun.
You guys have had such a wild ride so far, and it's still going. Obviously,
Yeah.
You guys have been at the #1 on the mainstream rock charts right now with Highway Tune, right? 5 weeks. How does that feel?
Honestly, it is insane because it all started out, we're just having fun. We're just playing music, we're having a good time. And then, it started getting a little bit more serious. And then finally when we signed this record deal and we released the single and it goes up to #1. I mean, it's our first single and it's just amazing. I'm so glad that people are receiving it the way that they have been. It's a really special thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a statement. I think people are ready for rock and roll again.
Yeah. And you talk about that. You guys are so young, right? You're late teens to early 20s, right? But you guys grew up in this stuff. You grew up on some of the Zeppelin and talk about what it was like growing up on all that vinyl, that classic stuff from the 70s, right? Late 60s too.
Yeah. I think we were listening to people like Taj Mahal, Muddy Waters, B.B. King, Albert King, like before we were even born. So I think growing up with all those influences, even like the soul and funk stuff, like Stevie Wonder being from Michigan, even MC5, like the rock stuff, like Bob Seger. So growing up with all that stuff was phenomenal. And, I think it was a really big influence on what we do right now and what we've gravitated to in our music.
Where does it go from here? What do you think? I mean, you're playing more shows. You guys just did a bunch of shows in Detroit, right? In the intersection in Grand Rapids, right?
Yeah. We just, I think yesterday, we just put those tickets up for sale, and they're all sold out, thankfully, which is great. So yeah, we're excited to do more Michigan shows again, which is gonna be sweet. It's our home base.
Yeah. You hear the comparisons of Zeppelin and some people have even said Wolf Mother, groups like that. How does it feel to be compared with bands that are so big that have been around for a while and even the pioneers?
Honestly, it is the highest honor that can be bestowed on us. I think that some of the comparisons that we are getting are, honestly, I don't think they're deserved at all. Because Led Zeppelin is the best rock band in modern history. I think that some of the people that we're compared to, it's an honor.
Your brother's voice, has that Robert Plant sound. You've got that John Paul Jones groove. that sort of, I guess you can't say it's by accident because your influences naturally come through in music when you write, right?
Yeah. And I think, I learned from, like, as far as bass goes, I learned from guys like James Jamerson, John Entwistle, Jack Bruce. And, so it's a very eclectic kind of mix, and I think that goes for Josh too. It goes, he learned from even stuff you would never expect, like very heavy African drum stuff, like Cuban music, just like Appalachian folk music. They're just crazy shit.
Yeah.
And so I think we have a very wide range of stuff. Daniel's more of the folk guy, like Simon and Garfunkel, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I'm more the jazz guy, like John Coltrane, Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, and that whole deal. And then Jake's the straight up rocker, and I think that's where a lot of the direction comes from.
Last question. The upbringing. Tell me about it. 3 brothers. First of all, a lot of brothers in rock and roll. That can be a day. You look at the Van Halen brothers, and they sometimes have a back and forth.
Like the Kinks,
The Kinks, right? You got them. You got Oasis. Do you worry about that sometimes? Brothers and music. Have you guys had butted heads a lot or no?
Well, of course, we have butted heads, and that's because Daniel too. It's. When musicians,
the drummer, right?
the drummer, but when musicians are very opinionated and they know, we know what we want a lot of the time, and so it really goes off of that. But I'm not worried about hurting each other.
Right.
I think we passed that when we were 10 years old.
There you go. Okay.
So yeah.
So you guys matured faster than a lot of the bands, back in the day, right?
I think so.
They would duke it out sometimes, right after a show.
It was a. I don't know. We're
Verbally
we're not fighters.
Right.
We're not.
You're lovers. Yeah.
We're lovers.
Yeah.
Most of the time, but when it gets with brothers, it sometimes can turn ugly. But
how do your parents feel and your family? How do they feel about it?
Well, our parents have been very supportive from day one. And
Your dad was a bass player, right? So you kind of learned from
yeah. So yeah, my dad had an old bass laying around, and so that's kind of where I picked up bass, which was cool that he had that. He was a guitar player, and he's the best harmonica player I've ever heard.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, he was definitely a really big influence because he was the guy who was playing all the music, not forcing it on us so much, but really, just playing it. As we were growing up, like the earliest stuff I ever remember listening to was the Allman Brothers, the Beatles. Like I remember listening to Ramblin' Man when I was like 7 years old. I'm like, this is the shit, man. So yeah, it was great.
All right, Sam from Greta Van Fleet, thank you so much for your time, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. All right, perfect.